Welcome to Physionic, where we learn the body from the macro to the micro. If that's something you think you'd be interested in, then consider subscribing. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing specifically endurance exercise. And while most people consider protein a requirement, or increased protein, I should say, a requirement for bodybuilders, powerlifters, crossfitters, all kinds of different high-intensity training modalities, in this video we're going to express exactly how much protein an endurance athlete, like a marathoner, a triathlete, a person of that level of exercise, should be intaking, as well as why they should be intaking that protein. So if that's what you're here to find out about, then in a short, sweet, science-based video, let's jump into the content. When people think protein, a common thought is big bodybuilders and powerlifters trying to gain every last milligram of muscle they can suck out of each molecule ingested.
Hey, I got you guys a protein shake.
Awesome, I love protein.
I know you love protein. I love protein too.
Yeah, protein rocks.
Are you guys talking about protein? I love protein. I love protein too.
And granted, that's certainly true. But we all strive to be the best versions of ourselves, or at least we aspire. The reality is, runners, bikers, and many other endurance athletes have requirements too, protein being one of them. So why, and how much? The why is similar to why lifters need protein, recovery, and some growth. While the goal of most endurance trainees is not to become the largest or strongest person in the gym, and their exercise modality does not tend to create as much damage per movement, but damage occurs nonetheless. This repetitive movement over and over and over and over leads to a host of requirements in carbohydrates, lipids, and post-training or meat, protein. Protein allows for the recovery by healing microtears, but also reintroduces amino acids that might have been driven down a gluconeogenic pathway during extended training. So, do trainees need more protein? You bet. Not as much as a lifter trying to bulge their muscles outward as permanently as possible, but certainly more than the sedentary individual. Protein should be set around 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. If you undergo light to moderate runs, think 10K or so, maybe a half marathon. Then, for more intense runs, either faster or in distance, around 1.6 grams per kilogram is a solid target to aim. The Hulk may need a lot of protein, but so does the Flash. So as you can see, that the protein requirements for endurance athletes is certainly much higher than the RDA would say. And a lot of people don't think about protein when they're thinking about endurance athletes. I mean, of course, the more educated endurance athletes might, and now you are also educated on the topic. And I didn't exactly emphasize this, but going through protein or amino acids, going through the gluconeogenic pathway is actually a pretty big reason as to why people need to be consuming protein when they're going through especially extensive cardiovascular or just in general endurance training. So that's something to keep in mind. There are really two major reasons as to why, and I'm sure there are plenty of other smaller reasons as well, but those two are really the primaries. All right, well, with that said, hopefully you found the video informative, and if you did, then I hope that I have the pleasure of seeing you in the very next video. Have a good one, guys. See ya.